Welcome back, everybody, to Osiris New Dawn. I am an old guy gaming, and we are transitioning our permadeath series, or I should say our permadeath save, to a casual construction series. So this will be episode 1 of the new casual construction series, where we are not really going to be focusing too much on getting to the end game and exploring the other planets and that sort of thing. Instead, our main focus is going to be on building a really cool base, because I have been playing this game for a while now, and I never have really taken the time to build any kind of an elaborate base. I always just build something basic, just, enough to get by. And so we're gonna take a little bit of a side step from, that norm, at least, norm for me, and build a really cool base and just kind of enjoy that aspect of the game a little more than we have in the past. Now, as far as the permadeath series goes, I am going to continue that. We're going to start a new series with an attempt at starting on Lutari. And so that's going to be coming up soon. I can't tell you exactly when I'll start that, but it should be, very soon here. But we will continue this save now as the casual construction. So I have the settings of this on hardcore settings, and I think, I think I'm just going to leave them that way for now, unless it starts to become a real pain in the butt, in which case I reserve the right to change the settings back to normal settings, because here again, our focus is not trying to play the game on the hard settings as much as it is just enjoying the game from a building standpoint. So we'll continue on as we have been for now, but if that becomes too much of a hassle, then like I said, I'm gonna dumb it down, or not dumb it down, but I mean make the settings a little easier. Okay, so that being said, our main goal for this episode is to decide where we are going to build our permanent base. Okay, that time of year where I have like little seasonal allergies and the nose is bothering me a bit today. Okay, so I was in the game here off camera for a little while, and I just went around to all of my drills and, filled up on all of the ores. So we have quite a few ores in each one of these containers from the drills. I made the kind of mistake of using the spaceship to get all this stuff, and the problem with the spaceship is, A, it takes a long time to land the damn thing, and B, some of the drills are in places where it's really hard to land the spaceship. And the way that it works on the game now is that when you land, if you're not landing in the right spot, if the spaceship can't land, it pops you back up in the air. Then you have to go through the painstaking process of finding another place, waiting 500,000 million bazillion quadrillion and 30 seconds more years for it to land again. It was a hassle. So I'm probably just gonna use the buggy from now on to go get the drill, because it takes longer to get to the site, but then I don't have to mess around with all the landing. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we got a big, huge supply of ores, as you can see. We got a ton of food. I haven't even bothered to harvest, the plants for quite some time, because we got food coming out our ears, which is a nice problem to have. We still have 10 crab stews left, but I've got just a gob of meat here that we could cook up. In fact, why don't we? It's not doing us any good sitting in there as raw meat. So let's go ahead and cook up 50 grilled alien meat. And then what we'll do is we'll turn that into wait, what the hell is it called? This stuff, the meat stew. So we're going to need some water for that. Let's just grab all the water that we currently have, and we can also, we can fill these up over here. So let's grab this. Oh, I want to also do the usual that and turn off the quest, because we don't care about those. Okay, so let's fill this up. We'll fill all of them up so they're all completely full, because we have an abundance of water. Okay. So we got that done, and now we just wait for these to finish, and then we will make ourselves a bunch of meat stew, and then we can turn that into crab stew with, we got, plenty of veggies and plenty of crab meat here. Here, we got another, let's fill this one all the way too. Okay, so let's grab that meat, and we also had some more meat in here. And now we want to make 50 meat stew. And that used all of the water in our containers. And it still... whoops, I keep hitting the wrong button. Goodness. We still have 19 meat left over, but that's okay. 50 crab stew is plenty for now. We'll put these containers back in here. We can use those to fill up hydrocarbon solution later. In fact, how are we doing out here? No, those aren't quite full enough, so we'll let those completely fill up. But we have quite a bit of hydrocarbon solution as it is. All right, night. So let's see here. We're going to go... Let's actually go ahead and eat a crab stew just to top off our food, and then we don't have to worry about it for the rest of this episode. We got that taken care of. Now, not very many of you actually responded to places that you would like me to move to. So I'm assuming that means you kind of don't care where we do it. But those who did, there was a couple of different folks who responded and suggested Hades Hive. Now, the problem with Hades Hive, we'll go look at it, but the problem with Hades Hive is that it's, and we're gonna look at it from the ground, not from the air, so we get the perspective of being on the ground, right? Is that it doesn't fulfill my view requirements. At least not for, not for like wanting to look out into the deep desert. But let's go look at it. Like I said, we'll go look at it just to make sure, but I don't think we're going to be able to really see what we want to see in terms of view. We might be able to see one of the forests, but again, I kind of want to be right next to the forest, or at least have a really good view of it if we're not in it directly. And here again, I don't think we're going to get that from Hades Hive either. So, but we'll go over there. We'll take a look at it and just assess that. Three Peak Valley, Helios Hill, and Isolated Shelf were also suggested. I already mentioned, though, in the last video that I don't want to be in Isolated Shelf because of the fact that, well, no, actually, sorry, I'm getting that mixed up with shit, I can't think of the name. Here, let's just look on the damn map. I'm getting that mixed up with Vallis Gravitas. I don't like the, the texture on the ground in that area. So Isolated Shelf here, or Gigas Planitia, which is, where is that? Here's Helios Hill here in Three Peak Valley. So those would be good options for, places that we can definitely look out over the deep desert. Okay. I guess Gigas Planitia is not showing up on the map, so it must be like a sub-region. But let's check out Helios Hill first and just make sure that it isn't going to be what we're after. Because I don't think it will be, but I do need to, I want to look at it because I've never really looked at it from the point of view of building there. So we'll go by Beta Mine here. We actually went a little far, but it's kind of hard to get the buggy up the hill. We do have Crescent Valley nearby. We used to get a couple of crab spawns in this area too. Okay, so yeah, Hades Hive is, I guess it does have a view of Crescent Valley, which is kind of cool. But there's no view of the deep desert, and I kind of really want that. So that really the ideal place, our camera's all screwed up. The ideal place is going to be a view of both, like one of the forests in the deep desert. And this definitely does not fit that description. So I think we're going to cancel out Hades Hive as a possible place. Okay, while we're here in Crescent Valley, one nice thing about Crescent Valley in terms of resources is that it does have a methane pool. And we have a drill set up over here getting, I think it's getting lithium and Lonstellite, I believe. But I've already emptied it out, so there's not really going to be a whole lot in it right now. So there's our drill. Let's come over to this area. Okay, so we've got a decent view of the deep desert there. Kind of want to be also in an elevated spot somewhat. Oh, please don't get stuck. Okay. See, there's the methane pool. So this definitely gives us a decent view of the deep desert. But it's not real high up is the thing. Didn't actually mean to come down here, but the buggy fell down the hill. I don't think it's probably not possible to build in the deep desert because of the worms, I'm assuming. The view, you know, out here is just really cool, especially when you can see like the rings of the planet and everything. All right, let's see if we can get back up through here. Yep. There you go. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a stop here for a second and take a look and see where we're at. So we are way up north. Three Pig Valley and Helios Hill are down south, so we'll take a look at those spots. Isolated Shelf is going to be down here to the east. And I think we may have done a base out in this area once too. So let's go look at that area. It's going to get dark here pretty soon, which is going to suck because then we're not going to be able to see very well. All right, we need to want to go to the extreme northeastern end of the map here. If this is all, you know, in the ice area though, then that's not going to work for me either. Okay, let's take a look. So yeah, it looks like it comes out into this area here, which is reasonably flattish, but it's not very high up. We don't really have a good view of a forest here. Excuse me, Sceliopod. Really good view of a forest here either. This is reasonably flat. That would be a good view from here, wouldn't it? Does the planet always stay in the same spot? I've never really paid attention to that. Is this like a tidally locked moon? Because our planet view is being blocked by that ginormous pillar there. Okay, yeah, this place isn't really floating my boat either. So let's head down to we'll take a look at Isolated Shelf next. And then yeah, let's see what that looks like. This is our nickel drill, I think. Nickel and Lonstellite or something. We definitely have to have the rings of the planet in our view. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? It's beautiful. Okay, so we are here at Isolated Shelf, but I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back home and sleep till morning, since we can do that now. So I will meet you guys back over here in the morning. Okay, can we cancel this? Nope, doesn't look like it. When it says we want to sleep for 6 hours, we sleep for 6 hours. Okay. Well, that still puts us in the morning, so we're pretty good there. That didn't seem to do anything with our food either. All right, you know, I think I've changed my mind, and we're going to take the spaceship just because we'll be able to get around a little bit easier, and it might help to actually get a bird's eye view in terms of just seeing how flat the area is that we choose, that sort of thing. Let's head on in here. One thing I always wondered if it was possible to do, I never really paid close attention to it, is I wonder if you could build on these arches. That'd be kind of cool, huh? I don't know if the game would consider it ground, though, to, you know, allow you to put the habitat and stuff down. And it would be a royal pain in the ass to get to it, you know, from the ground. You have to build a big ramp or something. I don't know how that would even work. Okay, anyway, let's go back over to isolated shelf area. Okay, let's slow her down here. So these kind of have the big cliffs there. But I'm not... I don't know. Let's go a little further to the south here. We actually built in this area here 1 or 2 series back. And it is, you know, it is close to the desert. Oh, there's a cool view of a big worm skeleton out that way. There's kind of a flat spot right here that would also give us a view of the fungal thicket. All right, let's land here for a second. One thing I really like about this place here is that it's up high and it's kind of on a big cliff. It's overlooking the skeleton, the worm skeleton that way. And, you know, we'd have to build up a little bit to... Oh, ran out of oxygen. We'd have to build up a little bit to see beyond this edge here. Yeah, we got this stupid dust storm going on right now. This would be quite a view of the deep desert, though. It's flat down there, but it's not a large flat area. But what we would do, like for our spaceship, is we would build a big platform, you know, for it to land on. Okay, so this place has merit. Definitely keep it in mind, but let's go look at Helios Hill and Three Peak Valley too. Those were a couple other places that you guys suggested. The one thing about this place is I just wish that this flat area was a little bit bigger than it is. But, I mean, we could work with it. Okay. I wonder if you could build on the tops of the fungus trees. You can land on it, but I don't know if it would let you actually build on it. Okay, so this is actually Three Peak Valley. We got a nice flat spot there, but it's got the existing habitats. Not that that's a problem, because we could salvage them and just remove them altogether. Let's get turned around here. Another advantage of this spot is it's right next to our existing base, so we wouldn't have to move very far. Man, I wish it wasn't freaking so dusty right now. It's hard to see. We kind of have the same situation here, though, that we did in the other spot. And that is, you know, that if we built right over here where all this stuff is, we're going to have to build high so we can see above the ridge. However, there is this area here. Let's land and take a look at this. We have a hydrogen vent right there too, which would be very useful. We've got a little Mr. Krabs coming in. We have another giant worm skeleton thing, which would be cool for the view. Let's go over here. See, this is nice and flat right here. Really nice and flat. Okay, so this is the highest peak here. That'd be kind of a neat view. Got the canyon walls. The planet's back over that direction. Huh. Okay. I like this, you know, canyon area here. That's just kind of a neat look to it. Nice and flat here. Right next to our existing base, so easy to get to. Hydrogen vent right next to it. So this is not a bad spot, you guys. It really isn't. We have a bit of a view of the fungal thicket, but it's not a real good view. But I think this is the best candidate so far that we've looked at. But let's go to Helios Hill, which is just right over here, and take a look at it too. Yeah, see here again, man, we have a really nice flat area. It's up high on cliffs. Cool view of the bones and stuff. There's an oxygen vent here. A bit of a view of the Bloodleaf Forest. Not too far over that way. Okay. Yeah. Very, very good area in terms of just how flat it is. The room that we could build here. Right on the edge of a cliff. Look at that view out there, too. That is cool. It's mostly just dust right now, but... Oh, that's actually chlorine, not oxygen. Just looking over here a bit. We have, excuse me, we have easy access to the desert over here if we wanted to actually go out in the desert, which we might do at some point. Okay. Well, I think this is definitely the best place in terms of just the flatness of it and the openness of it for building stuff. I'm kind of like the view a little, excuse me, a little bit better over in Three Peak, and I like the fact that Three Peak Valley has a hydrogen vent, which is the most widely used gas. And having that just right there at the base would be super convenient. Did we get everything? Alright, what we're going to do is, I want to hop up here for a second. See, now there's also this, the actual Helios Hill itself. This gets us up a little bit higher. Let's land here. So it's reasonably flat here. We have a couple of stones and stuff we'd have to work around. Let's go up here for a second. So this is kind of the top of the hill. I don't know. Okay, well, here's the thing. Excuse me. Man, my nose is really bothering me today. About ready to sneeze here. I'm thinking Three Peak Valley, you guys. Helios Hill, well, not the hill itself, but down below where we just were, is a really, really good spot. But I like the view a little bit better at Three Peak Valley, and I love the fact that there's a hydrogen vent right there. And I kind of like this, you know, this little horseshoe-shaped canyon here, too. So I'm thinking that this is where we'll do it. We don't have a really good view, excuse me, of any of the forests here, but I'd rather be, you know, I'd rather have a good view of the deep desert than the forest anyways. I don't know, it just feels like that's the more important of the two views. In my own you know, it's just a personal preference thing, of course. Hold on a second. All right, so let's look at this again. It's not quite as good as Helios in terms of the area, but it's not bad though either. I mean, it's still, they're still pretty flat here, plenty of room to expand. This is the deal maker though. Well, that, and again, this Horseshoe Valley is just, I don't know, to me it's just really cool looking. And so I'm thinking over here, you know, if we just kind of build right out close-ish to this point here, we've got the view of the Horseshoe Valley. We can look out over the deep desert. We got the view of the skeletons out there. The planet's back off that way, which, you know, once we build up a little higher in the air, it'll be cool to see that. So I think this is where we're going to do it. I think this is where we're going to do it. So now the next thing, now that that's been decided, you know what would be cool is if we could actually build out over the Horseshoe Canyon. I'm not sure how that works in terms of the structural integrity of the, you know, the standalone building pieces. So basically I'm talking about all of this stuff here. If there's no SI at all, then yeah, we could actually build out over the canyon itself. That would be kind of cool. Excuse me. But anyway, I think this is the spot we're going to do it. So now the next question is going to be, what what's it actually going to look like? Because we know we can basically get everything we need in just one habitat, one biodome, and one barracks. So this is going to be we're not going to be building this for practical reasons. We're going to be building it for more I'm doing it because I can reasons, if that makes sense. So I'll have to, give that some thought and maybe even draw out a couple possibilities. But one of the first things I'd like to know is, if we have structural integrity on the building pieces, the custom building pieces, or not. Because I haven't used them that much. I've used them a little bit in the past, but not that much. Also, because we're going to be in a bit of a larger area for this build, we're going to go with electric fences for defense instead of a dome, because the dome's not going to cover the entire area that I want to build in. But I really like this. We got plenty of area up here. So what I'm thinking in terms of perimeter is we'd build the fence kind of basically along, this ridge here. And we don't really need the fence to go out over the edge of the cliff because, the bugs aren't going to come at us from that direction. But basically, yeah, along this ridge here and then kind of crossing over somewhere over in this way, we could put a gate. How in the world have I not discovered this tree? What the heck? There, red fernberry tree. We could put, the gate like right here, because this would be kind of like the entrance to the compound, so to speak. Maybe another gate down, excuse me, where the spaceship is. But, right to maybe about here, the fence could come, and then again, we just don't need to worry about anything out over the edge of the cliff. So yeah, this should be cool. I'm excited to see how things come together. But guys, I'm going to let you go here, and then in episode 2 of our casual construction series, we will get started with the build and just kind of see what happens. But again, we're building because we can, and we're not really going to worry about being practical with it. It's going to be elaborate and excessive, and because that's kind of the point for this series here. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.